A lot of this isn't going to make sense to you, and I'm sorry about that. I'm just going to start at the beginning, with the house. Someone had put up a chain-link fence, but it looked like I wasn't the first person to hop it. My brother Milton disappeared when I was 4. It was like the house just swallowed him up. I lived here until I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms. Inside the mailbox were bills from 7 years ago, marked urgent, open immediately. I hadn't been back since my brother Lewis's funeral. In her will, my mother left me a key, but didn't tell me what it unlocked. Maybe she thought I'd know. Or she thought that the mystery would be enough to bring me back. No one had driven this way in a long time, but I saw a few hoof prints.
Hello.
The truth is, even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it. But now I had questions about my family that only the house knew the answers to.
Is there? Maybe. Do you have it playing in two places? I don't know why. I'm very quiet, okay. That's unfortunate. Is that better? Maybe? I don't know why there would be an echo. Unless... No. Yeah. I've done that quite a few times. Alright. Nice! Good. Cool. I think I need to turn this up more. Before I cross this bridge, can I not go in this direction? No, I can't. It's unfortunate. Goodbye. Okay, it looks like these lead to the same place. This is certainly interesting looking house.
The house was exactly like I remembered it, the way I'd been dreaming about it.
Wow. That is crazy. Just got a bunch of these.
The woods around the house have always been uncomfortably silent,
Yeah.
as if they're about to say something but never do.
part is this? The big dragon head over there. That's neat.
I asked Edie once about the dragon in the pond. She said it had killed her husband. I was 6. It seemed like an odd joke to me even then.
What? Lots of missing posters. Or her brother. Just dumped in the pond. Okay. Interesting. Yeah.
As a child, the house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words. Now, as a 17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were. I was afraid of the house.
Oh. That's simple. Okay. Got some sort of swing. Statue. Oh,
The house felt like it had always been
hello.
here. Even the swing set was older than my mother.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. I'd like to back away from there now, if possible. Whoa.
Prowling through the doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11. The power had been turned off the night we left.
Yeah. I like this kiddie pool. Very nice. Very nice. Very nice. Green glow. What is the purpose of this tennis ball? Oh, I know. When I was a young boy.
For the first time in years,
For the first time in years. Oh, I can't go back? Come on. Fine. I wanted to explore more outside, but apparently I can't do that.
I felt like I was home.
I mean,
But instead of a family, there were just memories of one.
hmm. Is the ED Dawn and Lewis. So we're named after our grandmother, I assume.
Like how only one restaurant would deliver to our house, so we had Chinese a lot.
Oh, That was an interesting sentence.
Or how after Lewis started working at the cannery, we all got sick of eating salmon. Except our cat, Molly.
Oh, yeah, that was my doorbell in real life.
The table was still a wreck from the night we left. It was like a bomb had gone off, killing everyone but sparing the furniture.
Mm. I like how they labeled the grandmother's wheelchair.
My mom was the only one of us who could imagine Great Grandma Edie living in a nursing home.
Great grandma, okay. Dang. It's a really neat looking environment. It's a lot of salmon.
Nothing in the house looked abnormal. There was just too much of it, like a smile with too many teeth.
Yeah, you know, you're not wrong. There's quite a bit of there's quite a lot of things.
Edie told me once that every Finch who ever lived is buried somewhere in the library.
Okay. Can we get in there? Yes. Lewis. Okay. Hold on. Gus. Dawn was the mother. Gus must have been dad. No, that wouldn't make sense. Maybe it would actually. They're born around the same time. Maybe Gregory. Yes, Gus. So this is Gus Finch. Dawn Finch was his wife. Maybe? Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Odin. Odin Finch, eh? This family tree is a little confusing. So she's 17. What year is it? It's 2016. So how do I get in this library? It's like bolted shut. It's cool. Like I have this key that was given to me.
A lot of things got left behind in the whirlwind of that last night.
Why did you guys leave?
My mom wasn't much of an optimist, but she never stopped believing that my brother Milton was alive.
Interesting. Ooh, this is a nice living room. Love this house.
Even the fireplace had a story. Edie told me the bricks came from the original house, after it sank.
The house sank. What? That's interesting. Interesting way for a house to go.
Mom always told me to stay out of the basement, so I wasn't too surprised when the key didn't fit.
Okay, well, assuming we're gonna get down there eventually. This is like,
Great Grandpa Sven built a music box for Barbara, along with the rest of the house.
oh, okay. The basement is the sunken house. Yeah. Candle. Lots of finches. Just got a beehive sitting up there. That's nice. Can I climb this ladder? No. Alright, the game seems to want me to go upstairs. Let me just make sure I'm not missing any exposition. Loving memory of Louis Finch. Beloved brother to Edith. Son of Dawn. Great-grandson to Edie. Great-grandson to Edie. Memorial service. Finch Family Cemetery. They have their own cemetery. That's interesting. Yeah, for sure. It's a safe bet. Safe bet. Are we not, like, I don't, oh, I guess, yeah, right, right, never mind.
After Milton disappeared, Mom sealed up all the bedrooms. Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes.
What in the world? This is interesting.
As a kid, I just assumed every house had peepholes and sealed rooms you weren't allowed inside of.
This is a nice bathroom. I like the carpet. I love how distinct every door is. Oh, that's what this is. This is ceiling foam.
My Grandpa Sam spent 7 years sharing a room with his dead brother, Calvin.
What? He shared the room with his dead brother. That sounds like a bad time. This one is not sealed.
The last time I was in Edith Sr.'s room, I was 10 and she was painting my portrait.
Huh. Yeah, they just just sealed the bathroom. This is Barbara's room. Barbara Finch.
Barbara was a child star for 2 years, until America grew out of it.
Oh. Oh, we're not gonna go up there yet.
I spent a lot of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room.
This one isn't sealed.
I think my mom sometimes regretted not sealing it up.
Regretted not sealing
Louis
it.
told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him.
Ooh, hello.
Turns out, My mom was really good at keeping secrets.
What? They just glued a book to the wall?
Now it was time to find out what my mom had been afraid of.
Uh, that's crazy. Hold on. There's a literal, like, train car here. Wait, before I go in there, I want to look at this. This is Molly's room.
Molly always seemed like a girl I could imagine being friends with, if she hadn't died in 1947.
20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. Just embrace the surrealism. Yeah, definitely.
Mom must have locked the third floor stairs on the night we left.
Okay, so your room is up there, unless you didn't have a room, which would be interesting. Alright, we're going in. 20,000 leagues. Okay, we're crouching. Some drawings.
From the paintings on the wall, it was clear my brother Milton had been here before me.
Hello, hands.
Reading this, maybe it sounds like I had a plan.
No, not really. Can't say it does sound like
But
that.
I had no idea what was behind that door.
Hello. Where's this?
Just like I had no idea where all this was gonna lead.
This is... Oh, we're in Molly's room.
I grew up looking at Molly's room through the peephole.
This is strange.
I got the sense Edie had spent a lot of time here. Before my mom sealed the doors.
So there's, like, she sealed the rooms, but there's just, like, secret passages leading to all of them. There's a map there. Ooh.
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen.
What?
It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat.
What the hell? Pumpkin? Eat pumpkin?
My Halloween candy was all gone.
Dang, that sucks. Oh, God. Hello.
I thought about eating Christopher, but I held back.
No, we're not gonna go that way yet.
The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it.
Okay, that's weird.
Mom, can I come out now?
Sweetheart, it's late. Go to sleep.
What the hell? I didn't expect an abusive relationship.
I kept eating and eating.
Oh my goodness.
I ate a lot of things that night.
She poisoned herself. That's so sad.
Then Then I heard chirping outside my window. It was a barn swallow going back to her nest. I reached out for her.
Oh my goodness.
And suddenly, I was a cat.
Suddenly? What? Suddenly she was a cat. Okay, how do I... Can I, oop, there we go.
I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared. Mom and Dad didn't even look at me.
I mean, they look like statues, so not surprised. Okay, she's over. That bird's over there.
I jumped and I almost got her. I
Jump!
could tell she was getting really tired.
Can I get
now
ya?
I was up in the big tree.
Can I
I
get ya?
promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared about was eating that mama bird. I
What the
gobbled her up. And suddenly, I was an owl. First, all I heard was the wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass.
Okay. Where are we?
Rabbits.
Oh.
I imagined his face looking up and seeing mine through my talons. I swallowed him up, and I didn't chew one bit. Then I flew off to find something bigger. A mama rabbit. She was almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating. And suddenly, I was a shark.
Oh my god!
I rolled off a cliff and into the ocean. Now, I was hungrier than ever.
Oh my god! Holy shit.
I wanted fat, juicy seals.
I'm eating
I tore off my
seals.
flipper, and it tasted really good.
Oh yeah. Yum. Coming for you. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
Grabbed on
Ooh.
tight. But I was so hungry, I jumped out of the water. When I opened my eyes, everything had changed.
Yeah, that is. This is amazing. Oh my god. No, this is not Edith. This is Molly. Dude. Oh my god.
Now I was a monster, and I smelled people everywhere.
Coming for you. This is really cool, actually. I approve of this. Oh my god. This is extremely satisfying. Okay, can't go that way? Sucks. I think you suck. Oh, you hate the sounds? Yeah, I get you. Yeah, they're not great, are they? Back up. Oh my god. Oh my. Dude. What the heck? Come here. Oh yeah. Yummy. This is really strange. Can I look through the telescope? Does not appear as though I can. What if this was just the whole game? Yeah, you know, I did not expect this at all. This is not anything like what I was thinking was gonna happen. No! Come back. Is this supposed to happen? I don't think this is supposed to happen. Wait. Help. Oh my god. Holy, holy shit. Oh my god. Help me. How do I how do I reload? Oh my god. Wait. Wait. We're reloading real quick. Oh my god. If I have to start over, I'm gonna be pretty sad. I'll be like half sad actually. Are they? Yeah. Okay. We should start this over. Dang. Dang it.
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat.
I'm gonna have to go through this frickin'
My Halloween candy was all gone.
man.
The gerbil food was dry, but
At
I
least I
didn't
get to
mind
see
it.
the shark again. That's fine. This is fine.
I thought about eating Christopher, but I held back.
Yeah, this Molly is a little strange. Time to eat this toothpaste is
I
the
kept
scariest
eating
part
and
of this
eating.
game. I hate this. Oh god. Ooh. That's so gross.
I ate a lot of things that night.
Alright. This time we're not gonna. I mean, it was like a carrot, but yeah.
Then I heard chirping outside my window. It was a barn swallow going back to her nest. I reached out for her. And suddenly,
You did?
I was a cat.
I'm coming for you. Ooh.
I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared.
Where are we going? What happened? Oh, wait. I don't want to miss that.
Mom and Dad didn't even look at me.
Make sure I get my 100% completion. Coming for you. You don't stand a
I
chance.
jumped and I almost got her.
You're mine.
I could tell she was getting really tired. Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared about was eating that mama bird. I gobbled her up. And suddenly, I was an owl. First, all I heard was the wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass.
Yeah, I know, right? That's the best part of the game.
Rabbits.
Come here. Gonna eat ya.
I imagined his face looking up and seeing mine through my talons. I swallowed him up, and I didn't chew one bit. Then I flew off to find something bigger.
This is some weird stuff, man. Hello.
A mama rabbit.
Here we go.
She was almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't
Oh, this is
stop
a weird
eating.
part. This freaks me out.
And suddenly, I was a shark.
Here we go. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is incredible. Wait, hold on.
I
Things are
rolled off a
happening.
cliff and into the ocean. Now, I was hungrier than ever. I wanted fat, juicy seals.
Oh, you know, maybe I should have.
I tore off her flipper, and it tasted really good. Grabbed on tight. When I was so hungry, I jumped out of the water. When I opened my
We're at
eyes,
the best part,
everything had
my
changed.
friends.
Now
Yeah,
I was
it's
a
pretty
monster,
crazy.
And I smelled people everywhere.
This little girl is pretty crazy.
I was big, but I moved real quiet.
Yeah, if you try to grab the birds, you become the bird.
I wanted to stop, but also I didn't.
I'm gonna try it again anyway. I love this. I enjoy this tentacle. Oh my gosh. Bird, hello. Don't. We didn't fly away. Yum. This is creepy. Okay, we're going back up here. Hello,
The
sir.
last passenger, I was still hungry. And across the water, I smelled something new. Something I had to have, so I swam towards it.
Okay. We are still tentacle monster.
I slithered onto the sand, and the good smell went into an old pipe.
Here we go. Oh. Da, 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 da. Oh no. Got tentacles and now we're coming out of toilets. This is some crazy stuff.
I got closer and closer.
Oh, we're back in our bedroom. She's gonna eat herself. I just know it.
All my stomach started growling. And suddenly, I was me again. I held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything. I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep. But it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to feed, and we both know I will be delicious.
What?
not sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have.
What?
I got the sense Edie had spent a lot of time here, before my mom sealed the doors. I grew up looking at Molly's room through the peephole. Molly's gerbil had a tiny bedroom with its own even tinier gerbil cage. Being inside for the first time, I felt like I'd stepped behind a painting.
That
I can't
was
describe it, but
wacky.
I felt like some part of Molly was still here.
Did you? I mean, maybe there's a monster under, a tentacle monster under her bed. Okay, so the book was... There's a cat outside. Oh, go back, please. Okay. Guess...
This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories. Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past. Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly.
Hmm. Yeah, so the book was 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. Don't think I can. And what was
spent a
I?
lot
I was
of
a sea
time in
monster and I
Great-Grandma
ate
Edie's
people.
room.
Alright, I'll be right back. One moment. We're back. Got some pizza. Okay, so we're going to be going through all these people, I assume.
We got along, and it was a good place to hide from my mom. Her room was like a museum. For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune and misfortune. Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse, his wife Ingeborg and their newborn son, Johan.
Yeah, I don't know what to deal with the mom. Well, the cutscene we just saw, where we played as Molly going through all these weird animals. Had a different mom. Her mom was different than Edith's mom.
On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind.
This is so wacky. Set sail with his house. What?
But 40-foot waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea.
Okay. So the house didn't sink into the swamp. What? The house was on a boat that sunk. Oh my god.
Odin's daughter Edie, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island.
Yeah, okay, so Molly's mom was Edie. Interesting.
Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery.
Okay. Yeah, you know, this is his this is his grave. It's this statue of a house, half buried.
His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house.
Okay.
Whatever's wrong with this family, it goes back a long ways.
Okay. So Odin Finch appears to have been a writer.
Edie knit me a new pair of gloves every year, just in time to replace the old ones.
Who's this fellow?
Lewis died a week before we left, but Edie had already started to memorialize him.
What the frick?
Great grandma had always been the family's biggest fan.
Interesting. He looks like an interesting fella. Be
Even in her
90th
90s.
Thursday.
Sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother. When Edie told people Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed. She could have, but she didn't.
Wow.
One summer, they evacuated the island, but Edie refused to go. For a few weeks, she was a celebrity.
Okay. Nothing about her smoking problem? Hello. Dude, this carpet.
The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife, Kay, left on the house was the pink bathroom. It was a pretty big trace.
And a wine bottle in the waste paper basket. It's cool. Interesting mirror. Hello. There's a secret in this bathroom. What? I spent
There's a secret in this bathroom. It's in the last place you would look. It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book.
Okay.
Sven gave Sam an old camera he'd refurbished. He never put it down.
Calvin Finch. April 15th. Oh, that's a 25 out of 15. Okay. So this is like this is a dark room. But it's like behind the bathroom. Behind the toilet in the bathroom. It's an upside down picture of the house capsizing. What the hell? I guess we're going this way. Alright. Milton. Milton like the swing? We didn't get a drawing of Edie. Oh. This is Sam. Sam and who? Sam and Walter?
knew Grandpa Sam had a twin. And that he never talked about him.
It's an interesting room.
I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
Calvin. Not Walter. Calvin. Okay.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it. My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom, and he did. At Barbara's funeral, we swore we'd never be afraid again, and he wasn't. I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
Sam! Calvin! Dinner's ready!
Coming!
But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it. I told him going around was impossible. Maybe if I hadn't said that,
Calvin! I'm not gonna tell you again!
maybe if the wind hadn't picked up, then maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt it.
This is
I think he'd already made up his mind.
a poor decision.
That's what I want to remember about my brother. The day he made up his mind to fly. And he did.
Yeah, I know.
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
Alright. Okay, can we close this? There we go. Calvin.
After the funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room.
Okay.
Mom said Grandpa Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again.
That's probably what happened. You got eaten. What? Back up, back up. Am I missing things in these rooms? Because I've missed... Because I don't have... There's 2 drawings that I don't have. don't see anything. Okay, so Sam was a smoker at like 10 years old. Also has these what are these? 4.40 or something like that. I don't know the actual measurement. There's 32 and 40. Okay. Yeah. Alright, I'm not seeing anything. I can't get up there. Yeah. I don't think so either.
The passages were a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies.
Don't call yourself fat. Hello. Found a way out. Where's this? Yep.
Whenever people ask me about my family, the first thing they always want to know about is Barbara.
Bill Bunton as Bigfoot, quote unquote. Interesting. Can we go like back through here? No. Okay, Barbara's next, I guess. Barbara Finch and other child stars. What have they been doing? Where are they now?
Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as
Oh
a
my God.
child star.
Okay. She's like a shrine to herself. In this, imagine having a doll of yourself in your room. Barb Street.
I never thought about how hard it must have been for her afterwards.
Mhm. Alright, we're gonna get to play this one.
Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Dreadful Stories. Guest starring Barbara Finch. Oh God.
Old Jack here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch. Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up. A has-been. But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
Is that set?
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue. She reached for the music box.
Alright. Reach for the music box.
And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent.
This is sick. I love this song.
She found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
Oh my god. This is so good. I know. This is incredible. Yeah, man. This is so good. I have become the chair. Where does it go? Alright. Through.
The gang's leader is the infamous Hookman killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
Oh no. Bring it on, Hookman killer. You'll never Take me alive.
The old fridge rattled and grew still.
Oh dear!
Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and
She threw him out, but she kept a little something to remember him by.
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the late picture show. Hours later...
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there? Ah! Okay, I'm coming up, but if this is a trick, you're dead, Walter.
Sans undertone. Oh my god.
Walter, are you there?
Walter had vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Focus Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Oh no.
Barbara turned, saw the hook man, and was speechless. He was quite smashing. And he couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Okay, Barbara, there's gotta be another way out of here.
Night, she played her part beautifully. She thought about abandoning Walter, but just couldn't do it. Molly's door hadn't been opened in years. The hinges groaned.
Get wrecked, Pally.
He wasn't moving, but she sensed the story might not be over yet.
Dude, I would have jumped down on him for a finisher. He's gone.
The hookman had vanished. She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was... coming from inside the house.
Oh dear.
Beat him up.
The monsters had come to surprise her. For Barbara, it was a dream come true. Then she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life. I
What
wasn't
the
there
heck?
myself, but I hear Barbara was magnificent. Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick.
Oh my god, that is hilarious.
And little Walter? Hiding under his bed the whole time. He took it all pretty hard. But that's another story. As for Barbara, tucked inside the music box is all they ever found of her. Her ear. Now that's what I call a real eerie tale.
Dude. Oh my god.
Edie told me all Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending.
That is hilarious. Oh my goodness. Wait, hold on. I don't know if I'm finished yet. Let's just take a look. Happy birthday, Barbara. My friend Bigfoot. Alright, well, we know where we're going next.
I guess now I know why Mom didn't like me playing with the music box. It's funny. All those times I played with the music box and never found the basement key.
Why is it so much darker now? Oh, it's getting late, I guess. Alright. Here we go. Wait. Come on. Let's go. Aha.
Mom said the basement was off limits, unless I wanted another tetanus shot.
I saw Edie sneak down to the basement once, carrying packages.
I thought maybe she was hiding presents.
It turned out she was hiding a lot more than that.
Whoa. Wow. Low.
I remember asking Mom once about where Walter had gone. She said after Barbara died, he got as far away as he could.
Pea soup.
If there's a pattern in all these stories, I think it's that none of us has gotten very far.
Goodbye, everyone. I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years.
What?
On that first day, after the shaking started, I didn't think I'd survive a week. But after a few days, I settled into a routine. That's what kept me sane. Having a schedule, living for today. I always expected to be dead tomorrow. But if you wait long enough, you get used to anything. Even a monster on the other side of the door starts to feel normal. Almost friendly. And then one day, everything just stopped. Whatever that thing was, it was gone. Maybe it got tired of waiting. Or maybe I just got tired of being afraid. It's been a week now, the longest in 30 years. I'm done waiting. I have to leave. Well, I still can.
Okay. They're canned peaches. This is so weird.
I know it's out there, somewhere.
What is
Whatever
it?
killed Barbara. And Molly. And Calvin. Maybe this is all a mistake. But I need to stop living the same day, even if it kills me.
to explore up there? Dang it. Barbara's boyfriend killed everyone.
Whatever's out there, I want you to know I'm ready for it.
Dude,
I'm going
he's about to get
appreciate
hit by
all
a
of
train.
it, especially the food. I don't mind if I only have a year left. Or a month. Or a single week. I'd be happy with one new day. I can already imagine the sun on my face.
Dude, oh my god. I knew it.
Walter died when I was 6. I can't believe my mom never told me he was down here.
That's really strange.
I'm sure my mom was trying to protect me.
Oh my.
Maybe she was afraid I'd end up like Walter.
Hold on. Just want to take a look around first. You like trains? Oh my gosh. That's what the monster was, quote unquote. Just a train shaking his little bunker. It's hilarious, man. He like built model trains. That's funny. Alright. Yeah, Walter was insane, you're right.
But if she never told me about an uncle under the house, I can only imagine what else she was hiding.
Okay, this
I
was his
don't want to make
garbage
the
pit.
same mistakes she made.
Peanut butter. Sweetie crisps. Alright.
And
Edith,
to bury
listen.
something that's still alive.
Please don't get hit by a train. I would be extremely sad if you did. Yeah, you know, you're
Now that there's only one of us
not
left,
wrong.
or maybe 2, I thought it was time I heard the stories for myself and found out what happened to everyone else. But now I'm worried the stories themselves might be the problem. Maybe we believed so much in a family curse, we made it real.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't think so either.
I don't know if I should even be writing this.
Maybe it'd be better if all this just died with me. But I thought you should know about your family.
You. Who? Who's she writing this to?
And the history you're a part of.
What is that out there?
Though to be honest, I feel as lost as you probably do right now.
Who am I? Am I playing as her? Looks like I'm playing as her. Yeah, there's the necklace and the gloves. No,
I think
That's-
people in these stories believed them, for what that's worth.
my gosh. This is an absolute masterclass in environmental storytelling, let me tell you that right now. This is incredible. I mean, the story is literally being told. No, I'm not her brother because I am definitely a woman.
And when you look at the
Unless-
house, that history of imagination and stubbornness and madness.
Unless I am not actually the person I'm playing as.
Any
which
of it
is
seems possible.
interesting. Would be interesting. I mean, I'm going to assume her sex based on her body type, because that's just how sex works.
I think we've been surrounded by death for so long, we've just gotten used to it.
Get this? Is this mine?
What kind of family finishes building a cemetery before starting the house?
I mean,
It's embarrassing for me to admit this, but the pet cemetery made me more uncomfortable than the human one. 3 of the gerbils were mine, and 2 had been my fault.
Zerpy, Lurpy, Furpy, Chirpy, Burpy, Derpy, Derpy Jr.
Sven built the house, but it was Edie who designed the cemetery.
Molly, Calvin, Sven, Edie. Walter. Barbara.
I'm sure Odin's monument had been Edie's idea. My mom was always trying to move on, but for Edie, the past never went away.
This is Sven and Edie, and that is...
She could see it poking out of the water at low tide.
That's the house. What is that light?
Edie said she dreamed about the old house every night.
Okay. Why not? Okay. I would like to look again because I feel like I was supposed to get something from that, and I didn't get anything.
Edie's side was always easier for me to understand. But the older I get, the more I can see where my mom was coming from.
Oh, I see. I haven't been here.
Her dad
Sam,
had been pretty strict, but it wasn't enough to save her brothers. She was just trying to do better.
Gregory, Sam, Gus. It's the next generation. We missed Evie. That's interesting.
She lost 2 of her brothers, just like I did. I get why she tried so hard to protect us.
Sanjay was her husband.
We never found Milton's body, so my mom insisted we were putting up a monument, not a tombstone.
There's so many things I wish I could ask my mom now. Part of me thinks this is what she wanted all along. For me to come back someday and find everything out for myself. But looking back on it now, if she told me there was going to be so much climbing,
I never would have come when I was 22 weeks pregnant.
What? Alright. That's pretty big. She's pregnant, okay. What? She's 17. Hold on.
I never met Grandpa Sam, but I think he and my mom had a lot in common.
It's only 22 weeks. 22 weeks, what is that? That's a little less than a half a year. So, yeah, she's not like about to give birth or something.
They were both pretty intense. Sam spent his life shooting photos, but Mom said he got nervous being in front of the camera. I guess we're all afraid of something.
Sam, okay.
Instead of hiding from death, Sam seemed to go out of his way to meet it.
Wait. Okay. 4 to 5 months, yeah. Cameras and guns. Okay. We're not gonna skip this. I just wanna take a look over here. Okay. It's a nice room. Enjoy this room. No, I didn't look at the ceiling in the living room area. Okay. What?
Dawn, I promise, you'll never forget this weekend.
Yes, sir.
These memories are gonna last a lifetime.
What? Am I gonna have to shoot anything?
It's a hunting trip, Dawn. Shooting is strongly encouraged. Perfect.
It's gonna rain the whole weekend, isn't it? I will never forget this weekend, Dad.
That's the spirit.
Just want to make sure I look at everything here. Truck. The same truck was in the... Well, if I go through the door, then if I had gone through the door first, I would have been progressing past this point first, and it would have been a little weird. Like, I would have risked not experiencing this.
Smile, Dawn.
Alright, hello.
Please just take the damn picture.
Hey, language.
Did you want to get a picture of me or what? Come on already.
Okay, got it.
I'm gonna take some pictures, okay?
Just be careful. The camera's older than you are.
Aw. right, Dad. It's starting to clear up.
Still freezing, though.
Definitely should not have drunk all that coffee.
Yeah, imagine. Hello. It's a good picture. There's something in particular I'm trying to get a picture of. Ooh. Birds. Oh my gosh, what if there was an entire game like this? Not gonna lie, I'm kind of loving this. This is good stuff. Like, a lot of people might find this kind of gameplay to be really dull, but like, I'm in the zone right now. I can't turn around. Or wait. Can I? No, I can't. Okay, have I exhausted all points of interest? What else is there to take a picture of? Take another picture of the birds, just in case. No. The first bird was like right here. There's something here that I'm looking for. But what the heck is it?
Nothing quite like being
Oh.
outside.
Hello.
Hold still while I take a picture of you.
I definitely won't be moving.
Are you done yet?
Does it sound like I'm done? Oops. A little more gas in the tank, I guess. Hey!
That's a keeper.
Oh my god.
I'm just saying, I'm not always gonna be here, Don. You'll need to remember this stuff, if you want to survive.
I'll be fine, Dad.
You know who else thought he was gonna be fine?
Some guy who died.
Don, I'm being serious.
I know, Dad. You're always serious. Doesn't being out... Dad!
Good eyes, Don. Before you take the shot, let me get a picture of you.
Let me take a picture. Is there a bird? Bird. Oh wait, I can go all the way this way. Ooh.
Dad,
Oh.
I...
Just breathe. Turn off your imagination. Focus on your target. Let me get behind you.
Do I have to do this?
Don, you don't have to do anything. But if you want to survive, you'll need to be strong. Great shot, Don!
Oh my god. That's frickin'. Why are you taking a picture of your daughter crying because she killed something? With your face in the picture. That's so weird.
I'm proud of you, Don. Always remember that, okay? Sorry, Don. Just gotta reset the timer.
Dad, it's twitching. I think
That's
it's
totally
sick.
normal, Don. Just focus on the camera. Try not to think about.
Dad!
Oh my god.
Of all these stories, that's the one I wish most that my mom had told me.
He got frickin' destroyed. Rip. Come on. Ooh. Oh, ooh. Come on. There we go.
After Sam died, my mom and Edie got really close. They'd both lost a lot.
I can't imagine my mom ever writing poetry, and yet...
Right, we've got 2. Jumping jacks, 150. Push-ups, 100. Crunches, 100. Run to mailbox and back. Teamwork, strength, respect, and teamwork. Divorce contract. Kay Carlisle and Sam Fitch.
Dear Kay, do you remember the way Gregory used to laugh when he thought he was alone? Like something funny was happening, but only he could see it. I think he saw things the rest of us don't.
Send it over, Gregory. It's time to... Hold on, sweetie. Hello? Sam, I told you I don't want to talk right now.
Oh, we gotta get him. Come on. Get him. Get him. Get him. Oh, wait. I can use the arrow keys. I'm stupid.
What his world was like.
Sorry about that, Gregory.
I know you did everything you could. Maybe if I hadn't called that night.
Damn it.
I wish he could have told us about the world he saw.
Jesus Christ. Oh my God.
There's so much I don't understand about Gregory. About everything.
He was a water monster. Oh no, he's become the frog.
But I know what happened wasn't your fault. I'm sure he's happy. And he'd want you to be happy too. Good luck, Kay. Love you. above Sam.
Oh man, rip Gregory.
A poem for Gus, who always said the wedding was a bad idea. Our father never hit us kids, at least not very hard, before the day my brother said with teenage disregard that he'd be dead before he'd see a wedding in our yard. My father made him come, of course, but Gus stood far apart, just flew his kite and bottled up the storm inside his heart.
Oh, you know what's gonna happen? This thing's gonna fall on him.
I tried to talk him out of it, but though he'd never met her, we don't need a stepmom, were the words that I
now
remembered.
pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
When the time for photos came, Dad ordered him to come here. But Gus declined, and as a sign held up his middle finger.
Jeez.
The wind picked up, and panicked geese appeared and quickly went. But all the humans did that day was go inside the tent.
This totem is gonna fall on it. Oh, hello.
The rain came down in buckets then, but no one seemed afraid that nature might destroy the tent our dad had crudely made. The thunder sounded much too close and full of angry power, but all my father said to this was, "Make the music louder." I wish that I could truly say I thought about you on that day. Out there on the beach alone, just you, the wind, the sea, and foam. But I didn't. Until we found you.
She never talked about him, but Mom told me once if I was a boy, they were going to name me Gus.
The kite, not kite. The tent ate him. That's what happened.
My mom moved up to the loft after her brothers died.
At the time, it was as far away as she could get.
She spent a summer
Sanjay.
building houses in Calcutta, where she met my dad, Sanjay. Religion was another thing my mom never talked about, but I think it helped her a lot after her dad died.
Fly to India. June 1987. Can't slide down this? Oh my god, I can. Yeah. The use of color is pretty striking.
My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English. Lewis was born a year later.
Missing posters. It's down. Why can't it go down? I wish I would have checked out that porch area.
When my dad died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go. I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back.
Milton, Lewis, and Edith. Mint, thyme, sage, basil.
And to see kids in the house again.
Milton just built a tower out of pots.
The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that.
Oh my gosh.
And for a while, things were good. Almost normal.
We're homeschooled here. Fiction. Our family history. Application tables.
But it didn't
Wow.
last.
Scientific method. Observation, question, research, hypothesis, experiment, data, conclusion. To teach and to learn by Dawn Finch. Oh, she wrote her own. School books, it seems. No, it's more of a teacher's book.
The beginning of the end was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle.
What? Dude, that's pretty legit.
After Milton disappeared, the only thing he left behind was a room full of paintings.
I think Edie was happy to finally have another painter in the family.
Yeah?
Milton Finch in The Magic Paintbrush. I was 4 when Milton disappeared.
We're missing people from the book, and I hope that's not because I missed. Actual things. That would make me pretty unhappy.
Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors.
There's footprints going into the door.
Whatever Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out.
So he actually disappeared in the house. That's interesting. I suppose it said that at the beginning. Oh yeah.
Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Louis blamed himself. After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room. Until Mom got him a job at the cannery.
Everyone always told me to stay out of Louis's room. Except Louis.
Wow. What was that achievement? Look at all peepholes at telescopes long enough to hear Edith's commentary. Awesome. So I didn't miss any of that.
Louis's room smelled very, very familiar. That part of him lived on.
Okay.
Louis and I spent a lot of time playing games together, but he was surprisingly bad at them. He died a lot.
Legalize marijuana. Alrighty. Yeah? Alright. I'm excited then.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Louis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Lewis first noticed the monotony of his daily life. He kept working at the cannery. But he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to
what?
wander.
Oh my gosh.
I asked him to describe it.
Oh no.
He said he started small, imagining a labyrinth.
Give me fish, please.
He'd feel his way about. Then something moved.
And what?
Bats. And toads. And things that have not names. He knew it was all in his head.
Uh-oh, we have 2 fish now. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Hold on. We gotta catch up here. There we go. We're good.
But he took it very seriously. I had hoped he'd find himself. But he found something more.
Game within a game.
I worried about him then.
Within a game. Hit me. Thank you.
Daydreaming at the cannery. I spoke with his boss. But he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused. Like a whole new Lewis. So I let him go on. I even encouraged him. It seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made a new friend. On the edge of a city he named Lewis Topia. He built the city up slowly, brick by brick. Then he made musicians.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Probably gonna
songs for them to play. He talked about starting a band. And he was always humming something. Every day his imagination grew stronger. He no longer spoke at the cannery. But his chopping was as reliable as ever. Then one day it struck him that all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination. So he could do whatever he wished. He held an election for mayor. And he won. They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him. He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on. New Louisville.
Fish.
St. Louis. He started drifting away from our reality. Minneapolis, until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery. Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Louis kept sailing on. In Louisburg, he heard rumors of a...
Oh no. I guess I'm going this way.
handsome queen. The queen was on her own quest for...
Sinister serpents, of course.
Sinister serpents. He followed the sound of her
electric sitar.
Electric sitar.
Oh yeah.
His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon. Even then, his logic remained sound.
Oh my gosh. What the
He knew
heck?
the world was all in his imagination.
Give me. Oh! Help.
But he was so proud of having created it. In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king. For someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming. And then it struck him that the real Louis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace. imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him.
Oh. No more shopping fish, I guess.
We began to forget the world we know. I think it pained him to remember Lewis, the cannery worker. He began to despise the man with a royal contempt.
Gosh.
I still thought I could save him. Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder. The palace would be packed with his companions. Including the wise Calico who had insisted on advising him. His queen waited, holding his crown. There was only one thing left to do. Bend down his head.
What the heck?
And the rest I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
Jesus. Oh my god.
My brother was really cool. I wish you could have met him.
Still don't have a picture of
On the way
Dawn
back
or
from
Edie.
Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing. She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie. I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder. I wish we'd stayed. But I understand why we left.
Yeah. It's definitely what happened.
My mom ended up leaving everything behind.
My gosh.
What happened that night had been coming for a long time. Maybe it should have come sooner.
Okay. Here we go.
But it had to end one way or another.
All that's left now is to tell you about that last night.
No, no, stop. Dang, look at this. This is their house, I think. No, it's not. This is one of the paintings, probably. Spacesuit guy there. Is there something from every story in here? Maybe. I don't know. Jellyfish. What's this?
That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
"To our final night together, and all our final nights apart."
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
The power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom sealed the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance. Or that Edie had a key to it.
you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house. Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories. I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight. We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning. Okay?
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born. That night, the tide went way, way out. It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground. There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean.
Oh wait. That statue was of the house. Okay.
They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years. God, it smelled awful. You know, I've seen that house every day of my life. But I never thought I'd go back to it. When the fog rolled in, I lost my way. I got turned around. For a while, I wandered. I started seeing things. Things I'd forgotten had ever existed. But when I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me. Or maybe I came back to them. Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
It's mine.
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it! Let go! I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car. I never saw Great Grandma Edie again. The next morning, the van came to pick her up, but she was already gone.
After that, we moved around a lot. We both tried to make the best of it. A few years went by. My mom didn't like to talk about it, but she started getting sick a lot. The rest happened pretty quickly. She got better for a while, and then she didn't. And then I was alone. The last Finch left alive. Until I found out about you. I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this. If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes. And appreciate how strange and brief all of this is. This journal was supposed to be for you. But now I hope you'll never see it. I just want to meet you and tell you all these stories myself. But I guess if you're reading this now, things didn't work out that way. This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
Yeah, I plan on watching it. In fact, I probably wouldn't have played the game if I hadn't seen his message at the beginning telling me to play the game. So So, I'm not sure if I missed... If I missed two stories, or if they just aren't... You know what? I'm thinking that probably. You know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking that... So we just finished the game, At the beginning of the game, we had no idea about the secret entrance to the library. But we know about it now. And I'm assuming... I guess I'm not assuming. Maybe you can go in there. But that's just a guess. Peachy's Peach House. Let's see. I'm going to go from here.
A lot of this isn't going to make sense to you, and I'm sorry about that.
I'm just gonna start at the beginning, with the house.
Alright.
I lived here until I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms. Inside the mailbox were bills from 7 years ago, marked urgent, open immediately.
I hadn't been back since my brother Lewis's funeral.
In her will, my mother left me a key, but didn't tell me what it unlocked. Maybe she thought I'd know, or she thought that the mystery would be enough to bring me back. The truth is, even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it. But now I had questions about my family that only the house knew the answers to. The woods around the house have always been uncomfortably silent, as if they're about to say something but never do.
No, the key... I don't think the key is to the library. Because the key was to 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. But maybe it's to the library as well. Because the key actually went to two things.
The house was exactly like I remembered it, the way I'd been dreaming about it. As a child, the house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words.
I asked Edie once about the dragon in the pond. She said it had killed her husband. Now, as a 17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were. I was afraid of the house.
Alright, I want to try going up to the door, because I didn't do that last time.
I hoped the key might unlock the front door. It didn't.
Not. Okay.
Looking in, I felt like the house itself had been waiting for me. Crawling through the doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11. The power had been turned off the night we left. For the first time in years, I felt like I was home.
Nothing in the house looked abnormal. There was just too much of it, like a smile with too many teeth.
No, it doesn't look like it.
A lot of things got left behind in the whirlwind of that last night.
Huh. Alright. So what I'll do is look at this. Because I didn't see these two. Oh.
All that's left now is to tell you about that last night.
No. So these are to the same. Yeah, so I did find every story. These just go to the same thing. Okay. Dang. Yeah, I wish you could. There's things I'm missing. These are the things I'm missing. Just random achievements. Okay. Got some trading cards. Yeah, I mean, that was good. That was really good. Yeah, it would have. It would have been neat, but alas. It's not meant to be. But if you ever make a game like this, there's an idea. Yeah. And I could 100% it, but I think that's all that'll do for the time being. Good game. $20 good. You know, yeah, I mean, it's like, yeah, I think it's like, yeah, I mean, that just made it better. Yeah, it's like reading a book or watching a movie, I think. And if it had been longer, it probably would have been too much. Anyway, yeah. Thanks for hanging out while I played this game. It's fun. Definitely an awesome experience. See ya. I'll see you later.